Hey, good evening. We are Jaws Consulting, and tonight we will be discussing with you our evaluation of Starbucks, and we will also be giving you our investment recommendation.
I'm not really here.
But first, I'd like to introduce to you our consulting team. This is Julia, this is Wandy, Anthony, Sarah, and I'm Amanda. So before we get going, I'd like to give you a little preview of where we are headed. We're going to discuss with you Starbucks' business, as well as their customers, what the customers value. We're going to tell you a little bit about where Starbucks is heading in their transformation, as well as offering you our recommendation. So for you to have a good understanding of Starbucks, we're going to start out with a little bit of history. It was established in 1971 in Seattle. It was established by Jerry Baldwin, Zev Siegel and Gordon Boker. It was primarily started as a small business that just sold gourmet, fresh roasted coffee beans as well as brewing equipment. It did not start off as the Starbucks that we know today. In 1982, it was a pivotal point for the company. They did hire Howard Schultz as the new marketing consultant. This was monumental in the history of Starbucks because, it was monumental because he was the first one who conceptualized the idea of the coffee beverage bar. And in 1987, he did purchase the company from the three men who started it. In 1992, the company went public, as well as it opened its first stores in large cities such as Denver and San Francisco. During the 1990s to the year 2000, they experienced strong growth, and in 2000, they had 2,200 stores in the United States. However, in 2000, they made a huge change. Howard Schultz stepped down as the CEO, and he moved into a different position as the chief global strategist. And Orrin Smith was brought on as the new CEO. During the 2000 to 2008, the company continued to grow with over 15,000 locations in over 43 countries. However, they did start to experience a decline with a more cookie-cutter appearance. All the stores were the same. There were so many of them. Customer service was the same. No differentiation. So in 2008, earlier this year, Howard Schultz did resume his old position as the CEO. So in order to fully understand the business, we'd like to take you to their mission and their vision, and I'm going to hand it over to Julia.
Thank you, Amanda. Good evening, everyone. So, as Amanda might have mentioned, part of the reason we chose Starbucks is because they have an evolving vision. They have a really strong foundation, and the vision is always growing. Part of that vision is to be the best. Starbucks wants to be the most widely recognized, most respected brand in the world. And I know myself, they definitely have branded themselves. I see that Starbucks logo, the little green, and I know that there's coffee nearby. The other way that they can be the best and the most widely respected is by purchasing and roasting the best high-quality coffee beans. Okay? Now, what we just talked about was part of an element of the vision. And that element, I believe, is a concern for excellence. This book, if you've never heard of it, is called Good Business. It's by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. And don't ask me to say that again. In chapter 9, he has that chapter talks about the future of good business. And he discusses the three main elements of a good vision. And those elements are a concern for excellence, which we've already discussed that Starbucks is trying to do by having the most respected brand in the world. The other two are a concern for people and a concern for the environment. Starbucks does show a concern for people, for both internally and externally. Internally, you can see it with their employees. they continue to offer stock options to their employees, as well as health benefits, even to those who work part-time. And most recently, they were ranked number 7 of the top 100 companies to work for, according to Fortune magazine. And I really feel that if you have happy employees, you can really create better service. I know when I go to the Starbucks, my Starbucks, they know what I drink, and it's always ready right when I come up to the counter. So I think having happy employees really creates that level of customer service. They also, I mentioned that concern for people both internally and externally. In every Starbucks that I go to, there's usually a board where they have different items going on, usually runs for Alzheimer's, runs for diabetes. I think they try to get people involved, the community involved in those type of things, as well as their own employees. And Starbucks has contributed millions to different nonprofit organizations, both nationwide and globally. And finally, concern for the environment. Starbucks is, in the brochure that I set there of Coffee and Community, they talk about in that brochure trying to work towards water conservation, work towards using more reusable materials in their company, and they're doing a whole variety of things in order to help preserve the environment. And with that, I'll pass it over to Wandy, who's going to talk a little bit more about the mission of Starbucks.
All right, thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
Well, the mission of Starbucks is, first of all, to give you free coffee like this when we have a presentation. Mission and vision goes hand in hand together. Vision is what we want to do, and mission is how we want to do it, how we reach there. So Starbucks, the first main mission is to be able to buy and roast high-quality whole bean coffee. So I come from a coffee drinking or coffee originated country. So coffee originated in Ethiopia, a place called Kaffa. That's why they call it coffee. So so they buy that high-quality coffee and roast and sell it with fresh, rich, broad Italian-style espresso beverages. Along with that, a variety of pastries and coffee-related accessories and equipment. Those are the things, the mission statement for Starbucks. And Starbucks also has 6 main principles that to incorporate this vision and mission, they have the 6 principles, and I want to go over those 6 principles. The first one is provide great work environment. Positive work environment is very important for any company, any employee. So Starbucks initiated this, and they have a healthy work environment and creating for everybody an opportunity to work there. Also embrace diversity. You go to the airport, you see all kinds of people. You see Muslim with a scarf on their head. You know, they don't discriminate certain groups, certain gender, certain religion. They embrace everybody, try to touch the communities with that. And also, they maintain high standard. Like I say, the coffee is a major thing. They go to down Africa and South America, talk to the farmers, not only the coyotes, and go to the farmers and help them, educate them how to maintain the quality of coffee, you know. And all those processing start even touching the farmers. Developing satisfied customer or retaining satisfied customers. One thing to open your business door, the front door, is another thing to close the back door. So sometimes, you know, a lot of businesses, you open the front door, everybody will flock in, and then you lose them overnight. So Starbucks has always retained those happy customers to come back and get the coffee. And contribute to the community environment, just like our friend present the Union Gospel Mission, as we are one of the contributors, as well as to the environment, and trying to get our cup green and so on. So we just, Starbucks continue to do that. And the other thing is also recognize profitability and essential. Starbucks always maximize the opportunity. New community development, there is Starbucks. New mall, there is Starbucks. Airport, there is Starbucks. So they always see the opportunity and keep expanding. With that, I will leave you with retail and store customer. Anthony is going to present it for us.
Thank you, Marty.